My head coach, Clayton Hires, sat me down one day, said, "You got to get out to California. You got to get out, get under Mark Munoz, get out to the Range Training Center." And that was really it. It was kind of out of the blue. He sat me down one day after practice and just said, "You know, some things are changing around here, and this is where you need to be." And we got on a plane the next day. Well, you know, first and foremost, it's a team. It's a right group of guys. They're very trustable, great workout partners. And being a good workout partner doesn't just mean a guy is tough or skilled. It means he's trustable. You're not ever going to leave hurt, and you're going to get pushed hard. And yeah, the right bodies are out here. You know, guys I've known a lot of my life, Raphael Davis, guys I've been whipped before by in our younger days of wrestling, and you know, that I've got a respect or even admiration for. Pat Cummings is a very vicious competitor. You call him one of the best guys not in the UFC. I would definitely co-sign on that statement. Great coaches. You know, I'm here with Mark Munoz every day. Every day he comes in. Every day he puts us through something. We work on technique, talk strategy. And these are things that I think are common at a lot of successful gyms, but it's definitely true out here. I haven't given a lot of thought to Shogun, but you know, those fights are all so hard. I've never felt like I was going into, oh man, this is going to be a really tough fight, or oh, this isn't going to be such a hard fight. They're all really hard fights. I've never felt the same. I've never felt different coming out of the octagon. I always feel the same. I always feel like I was just hit by a train. You know, I'm exhausted, I'm hurt, I'm sore, I'm tired. I'm motivated. You know, it's a rush and a relief all at the same time. Shogun's great, but they're all great. Vitor had issued a challenge, which I accepted. I've challenged Vitor many times. He's challenged me. My timing's always been a little better than his. I challenge Vitor when Vitor is available. Vitor challenges me when I'm not. But, you know, Vitor's got a title too. And a title of #1 contender is a good, important title. And if he wants to put his title up, I will definitely fight him. Now that doesn't make me the #1 contender, but it'll be a gentleman's bet between Vitor and I. If I beat him and he concedes in the media publicly that I am the rightful contender, I will do the same for him if he beats me. I'll concede that he is. That doesn't guarantee anyone a fight, but amongst us as gentlemen, I'll make him that bet. You can be a chess player and you can look a few moves ahead, or you can be a checkers player and be like everybody else. And I don't know that either is wrong. I personally always look past my fights. I try not to focus on a fight, and looking past it, looking at the next guy is a good way to take your mind off the matter at hand. And it just depends on the athlete. For some athletes, boy, they don't like to do that. They really got to zero in. I'm a tournament guy. I grew up as a wrestler. I take on 5 guys, 6 guys in one day. And looking ahead is standard when you're in a bracketed format. And the UFC, for a large part, is a tournament. There's a new ranking system. The rankings get pretty close to followed. Anybody in the top 10 could become a #1 contender, but I think we can all agree that that's fair. The top 10 guys are very close. The top 5 guys are essentially interchangeable. You could mix and match the top 5 any way you wanted and nobody would argue. There'd be some debate, but nobody would argue. They're that close. So essentially it is a tournament, and to look ahead is appropriate. Or if you're asking me how I think the fight's going to go, it's going to be a really hard night. But they all are. I don't think he's going to be any harder than anyone else. I don't know that I've got to fight a true legend before. I fought some guys who 10 years from now may reach that status, but going in an actual you know, guy that's been there and done it all, It's going to be a really hard night. It's going to be an epic night. You know, it's the debut of Fox Sports 1, which is, I mean, the stuff they've got in store, the way this UFC will be presented, the way it will be filmed, the gentleman who's directing it. To tell you that Dana White has pulled out all the stops would be an understatement. This is also his not only home state, but his home city. And it's going to be a different UFC than you've ever seen before from a viewer standpoint. And it's going to be awesome.